Yeah. State. Hey. Oh my gosh. I'm overwhelmed, y'all. I'm overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed because we are back after a phenomenal weekend of football, after a phenomenal month of October, after a phenomenal fall thus far in the HBCU landscape. It is Monday, October 28th. And what does that mean? That means two things. The first thing it means is that you are locked into a brand new episode of In the Quad with Nick Eden. That's the first thing. The second thing, it means that 2 days ago, you witnessed, after all them skits and all that social media hype, and everybody that's been talking down about Big Bama State all year, you witness belt to ass with a fourth string quarterback, as they like to be. They like to put that on us this year. When the big bad Hornets of Alabama State University put belt to ass to those musty mutts at Alabama A&M. So yeah, I'm gonna talk mine today because it's seeming to me like the people who talk the most trash against Bama State are the ones who end up losing to us. Yeah, that's the truth. I said on HBCU Nightly in the comments last week, when everybody on the stage, with the exception of maybe one, predicted that it was going to be Alabama A&M to beat Alabama State, I asked, was Alabama A&M going to be able to beat the people who actually did beat us this year? Could we really say that A&M would have beat Central? Could we really say that A&M would have beat Sanford? Could we really say that A&M? Well, we'll find out at the end of next month when A&M takes on Florida A&M. But I told y'all a month ago, please discount us. I don't care if we got one of the cheerleaders to be the quarterback. Please discount us. Please do. And it's a few of y'all that still got to walk y'all behinds into ASU Stadium. Because I'll say this much, and I got a lot of love for a certain school in Jackson, Mississippi, but y'all rooted for Alabama A&M against us. If you're so confident about your season, if you are so confident about your season, why you worry about a school with a fourth string quarterback? That's something to think about. Zoe, my dude Zoe, rooting for A&M. They got them boys punched in the mouth. Even got their mascot choked out. But that's beside the point, y'all. I'm sorry. Let me get back to it. Because we're having a good time. We're having a good day. We got new surroundings. Come on, y'all. Listen, it's inside of a week and a half before the selection is done. And I'm going to be happy. I've never been happier that we're nearing an election cycle end than I am this year. So we got something to look forward to. Well, I'm in New Digs for the next 2 weeks or so. We got some new graphics. I thought I'd give y'all some new. You know what I mean? I thought I'd give y'all something that would make you understand that this is a fresh perspective and a fresh start for In the Quad, and that what we're going to be doing here on HBCU Plus is game changing, and it ain't stopping. Don't forget, y'all, we are less than 2 months away from my DirecTV debut. I got some other stuff coming out in the pipeline. Let me tell you something. I don't know. I've been waiting to get in front of this camera because last week I kept having all those different tech issues, but I've been waiting to get in front of this camera. because for me, I'm feeling renewed. I'm feeling I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great right now. So anyway, let me get back in pocket. Shout out to Bama State. That's a three-peat for Magic City Classic under the Coach E-Rob regime. But that's not why we're here. Why we are here is because we are here for In the Quad with Nick Eden, where we cover the hottest, and I do mean the hottest trending topics in the HBCU landscape. That's Twitter/X, that's Facebook, that's Instagram, that's Snapchat, TikTok, Fizz, Snail Mail, oh, no, I ain't going to say that because it was going to be a Diddy, no Diddy situation. But we're covering all the hottest HBCU trending topics. And if this is your first time tuning in, please forgive my rant at the beginning. I'm very proud of my team right now. Please forgive me. Got a little, let me get back in pocket. I'm sorry. But if you are brand new to it, the way this show works is quite simply, we break this down into two parts. The first part is we take those main trending topics across the HBCU landscape and we put them into 4 main trending topics. That's the first part of the show. The second part of the show, which is my absolute favorite, is the fam topics. These are the questions and comments that you, the viewer, have submitted to me. Now, if you would like to get your topics on fam topics, it's real simple. See right there? Go to those socials. Twitter/X at Nick Eden, Instagram at Nick Eden. Click the link in the bio. Submit your questions. And if it's appropriate, we'll be reading it. If it's not, you can ask some of the people who haven't had their questions answered in 2 months. Because if it's not appropriate, I'm not reading it. So, as much trash as I've talked within these first few minutes of the show, I actually want to shout out our Magic City Classic opponents. And I think it is amazing what they have done from an administrative standpoint. I see the vision that Dr. Wims has put forth and the administration and faculty have supported him on. And we want to shout out Alabama A&M for hitting a record enrollment for the second consecutive year. Shout out to them. This was coming to us from AL.com. Alabama A&M once again broke enrollment records this year, according to a news release. Official enrollment shows 7,295 students enrolled this fall, an increase of 10.3%. This is the second year in a row that the HBCU in Huntsville has grown. Alabama A&M enrolled 2,421 first-time students. Students and parents are choosing Alabama A&M because they see the value, support, and results that comes with the AAMU experience, says President Daniel Wims in this release. As we prepare to celebrate 150 years, we will continue to prioritize delivery of world-class education in an environment that fosters the full development of our students and service to our community. To tackle the enrollment increase, Alabama A&M expanded its academic advising staff and revamped the freshman academy program to retain incoming students. The campus has retained 70% of last year's freshmen, a 5% increase from last year, according to the provost and vice president for academic affairs, John Jones. So I'm not going to do the full breakdown in terms of that article. You can go to AL.com and read that. But I want to shout out to Alabama A&M. I've been watching the things that they've been doing. What they are doing is they are setting themselves up to where they can be a major power player, as they should, right? As they should. They've expanded their online offerings. They have expanded degree programs. You know, the singular concern in all of this is to make sure that there's enough dorm space, but they have enough partnerships throughout the city with different hotels and other entities like that, so that they actually can do that. And I there are some people who like to talk and say, oh, well, you know, that's not really a sustainable thing for them being in hotels. Listen, that happens at more than just HBCUs. See, a lot of people just stay in their bubble. And that happens at more than just HBCUs. It happens at PWIs. And, it's a capacity thing. We have more people now than ever going to college, right? More people now than ever. And, they're making the adjustments. Would you rather them just not have the students? Now, don't forget, they did make an attempt to purchase what I thought was a very substantial. I'm very proud of Miles for landing this ultimately, but I felt like Alabama A&M made a very substantial offer that would have put the people, faculty, staff, and the debt at Birmingham Southern back into a good place to acquire their campus, but they shut it down. But they're still making inroads. And I say, hey, at this point, shout out, keep going. And I think the next thing to tackle after that is getting your money from the state of Alabama, because Alabama owes Alabama A&M millions upon millions of dollars. And I will not stop talking about it. I will not stop talking about it. So just to, like I said, shout out to them for that. Rivalry stuff aside, I love to see our schools continue to not only survive, but to actually thrive. So shout out to them for that. All right, so let's go to our second main topic of today. And our second main topic comes to us from Clutch Points HBCU. Shout out to Randall over there. You all know it as HBCU Pulse. Big Sean perform HBC to honor HBCUs during Amazon Music live performance. Amazon Music Live kicks off the season with a fresh lineup combining the energy of live music with Thursday Night Football. After naming Jelly Roll as the opener for its third season, the series now adds 3 more names to the mix: Detroit rapper Big Sean, pop sensation Halsey, I don't know who that is, and Latin star J Balvin. These artists will hit the stage for exclusive performances after Thursday Night Football on Prime Video. Next up, Big Sean, Grammy-nominated rapper who's captured the hearts of millions from his lyrical mastery. I don't know if I would say that. Known for his hits My Last and Blessings, Big Sean will he actually headlined Amazon Music Live October 24th. Now, and everybody head over to Clutch Points HBCU for that. This is big for a few reasons. And I think it's big because I think it's setting itself up to be something that in 2 years or so could be significant. Now, we all know that with college football and the pros, all this broadcasting stuff has been going around. All these different players are looking to get into these college spaces. They're looking to get into the NFL spaces. Amazon Prime acquiring Thursday Night Football was a huge get. But when you think about it, to me, it almost sounds like a war cry. Like, hey, or an olive branch. We're going to be doing this Thursday Night Live. We're doing this Amazon kickoff distribute to HBCUs. They ain't got no HBCUs tied into any rights deals. But that ESPN deal coming up. And I'm going to tell you right now, I would love, and I mean love, to log on to my Amazon account and see some SWAC, some MEAC, some CIAA, some SIAC. I'd love to see that. The business got to be right. But I'd love to see that. And I think that because we're in a space now where we're no longer as enthralled with that 1 4-letter network, as Yard Talk says, that the possibilities are open. It's not just about, oh, yeah, look, man, we on ESPN. Yeah, that's great. But are they dropping a bag? Do you have access? Are you on ESPN or are you on ESPN Plus? Or are you on ESPN 39? Or are you on? So I would love to see, love to see it on Amazon. I think this may be that certain, that first olive branch towards it. So look, y'all, we're going to take our first commercial break. When we get back, we'll be back with more main topics and then over to our fam topics. It's in the quad with Nick Eden.
Technology lets lets you monitor your pet when you're not at home. But to monitor threats to your hybrid workforce wherever they are, you need more than technology. You need CDW, who gets to know your business and can design and deploy custom solutions with pre-configured HP notebooks with HP Wolf Security. AI-enabled threat detection and remote management protect your endpoints 24/7, giving your defenses some real teeth.
Bummer.
HP makes always-on remote security possible. CDW makes it powerful.
This is not just delivery. This is knowing even superheroes can use a sidekick. Walgreens.
When I push, I feel good. When I push, I feel good. When I push. You better move. I feel good. When I pull, I feel good. When I push. When I push, I feel good. When I pull, I feel good. When I When I push. When I push, I feel good. When I pull, I feel good.
Is that your new Nissan Rogue?
Yeah, crazy story. So this morning, I'm at the Nissan Thrill of Summer sales event, taking a test drive. When Dave, the sales guy, is like, "You're gonna love this." He shows me the best-in-class fuel economy and lets me know it's recommended by Consumer Reports. When Dave says, "These cars are going fast," I knew I had to have that Rogue.
Nissan offers 6 vehicles starting under $30,000, like Rogue, with 2.9% financing for 60 months.
No charger?
It's a Mac. The battery lasts all day. See you next week.
Welcome back to In the Quad with Nick Eden. I'm your gracious host, Nick Eden. We are covering the HBCU trending topics of the last 24 to 48 hours. And really, this is kind of expanded over the weekend because there's been so much going on. And so this main topic I want to get right into, listen, I am especially excited. One, because in the process, I found a new Black-owned, Black-centered website. But this is also a throwback to things of the past with HBCUs. And this is coming to us from Word in Black. And can this HBCU high school help Black student achievement? A new high school in New York City will feature a first ever early college prep program supported by an HBCU. In a historic move for education, New York City will see the launch of its first ever HBCU early college prep high school in September of 2025. The school, set to open in Southeast Queens, represents an innovative partnership between the New York City Department of Education and Delaware State University. Shout out to Del State, man. Gosh. The program will allow students to graduate with both a high school diploma and an associate's degree at no cost. This initiative, led by Dr. Asia Johnson, blends rigorous college preparatory education with the legacy and culture of historically Black colleges and universities. The idea of creating a high school in New York with HBCU roots came to Johnson during an annual visit to DSU, her alma mater, with some New York high school students interested in touring the school. I knew some folks down there. Johnson's, tells Word in Black, and I thought, I'm going to write this proposal for the school instead of just being like an early high school. It would also offer courses culturally relevant and interesting to its students. Hey, look, let me go ahead and say this real quick because I want to get to a certain point, but I wanted to make sure that that you all still, y'all ain't just looking at the picture. But so this is crazy. So the program will offer a hybrid model. In the first few years, students will take high school courses in the Queens campus, while DSU faculty will train the high school faculty on how to teach courses from the DSU curriculum. Students will have more flexibility in the junior, senior years with some college courses available remotely. All right, so let me go ahead and say this. And yes, there are other partnerships like this all the time. As a matter of fact, my daughter, my oldest daughter, who's at Tuskegee now, she was in a program similarly. So when she graduated high school, she graduated from Gulfport High. with her high school diploma, but then also graduated from Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College with 2 associate's degrees. I mean, these partnerships exist all over, and there are plenty of HBCUs that have partnerships with high schools, dual enrollment, things like that. It serves as a great recruitment tool. I do think that the difference in this is this high school is being designed specifically for this, right? And to me, it's a callback for the HBCUs who had high schools. Alabama State had a high school, FAMU High School, Howard High School. It was plenty. It's plenty, and they're all escaping me right now. Those 3 just kind of come up because I was recently having a Howard discussion. Obviously, Alabama State roots. I mean, hey, Rosa Parks went to Alabama State High School. And then with FAMU, and I think the reason that is culturally relevant to bring this up, and especially with dealing with FAMU, is the fact that you look at the new AD Suggs, and how I still really hope I'm saying her name right. Yeah, please correct me if I'm not. Literally born on the campus of FAMU, matriculated throughout her entire life, pretty much on that campus, right? It's when you consider this partnership, and I want to look a little bit more into, so I'm assuming automatically that the associate's degree will come from Delta State, which I think is great because then they'll be graduating from high school with a degree from an HBCU, as it is to start off with. And for those who do not move on to, matriculate at Delaware State, Jesus Christ, Delta State. No, Delaware State, even if they do go on to another school, they still have that degree from that school, right? And I think that is important. And it's one of the reasons that I am, for a myriad of reasons, in favor of HBCUs that no longer have associate's degrees, reintroducing them, especially for those who do have dual enrollment options. And you really give the opportunity and you push the opportunity for them to continue on their path to our beloved institutions. So, but yeah, when you consider you have that, and I realize now how wrong I've been saying this, and you also have this situation with Houston Tillotson expanding into California with a branch of their college there. We're at a place now where we have to start recruiting in places where there is interest for HBCUs, but there's not a lot of coverage, right? I just yesterday was having a conversation with a young lady who went to, she's from Pennsylvania, but she went to, West Virginia University. And when I mentioned that, and she's Gen Z, when I mentioned that Kayla was at Tuskegee, she was like, oh my gosh, I wish I would have gone to an HBCU. I mean, she just starts going, she was like, but I didn't really know about them. They didn't really recruit me. And I'm like, man, you got Lincoln here in Pennsylvania. I'm in Pennsylvania, by the way. You got Lincoln in Pennsylvania. You got Cheney in Pennsylvania. Even she went to West Virginia. You got West Virginia State, and Bluefield, just a couple of, a couple of hours away. And it's like, we have got to start recruiting these students in places that are not just, because we can't just recruit in the South, y'all. We can't. Yes, that's where the majority of Black people are, and people tend to go to school in state. But what about the people like me who didn't go to school in state? And I was recruited. That's one thing I will say. Valley threw a bag for that band scholarship. The choir scholarship at Jackson State wasn't as significant as the band scholarship of Valley, but the Jackson State literally started recruiting. A shout out to them. This was 97. I graduated in 98. I told y'all I ain't finna lie about my age. Jackson State in 97, when it wasn't like technology was the greatest, man, they were in the schools talking to students, talking to counselors, recruiting us. They recruited. They were great. They were phenomenal with that. Valley was the same way. Valley was like, look, we're going to come down to the Mississippi Gulf Coast, pick y'all up, drive y'all to Itabena, take y'all around, show y'all the campus, put you up for the night, give you the Valley experience. So I know we got it in us, right? I know we got it in us to recruit in these ways. And I know that budget sometimes plays a part in it. But I think it's important that we do reach out to those areas that traditionally don't have a lot of HBCU recruitment. So in any sense, shout out to them for that. I'm looking forward to seeing how that program will thrive, because I know it will thrive, absolutely. And I want to see more of our schools doing that. All right, y'all. I'm a little sad about this last main topic, because I saw the same thing happen to Birmingham Southern, which is a PWI. Presidents of Raleigh HBCUs attend Raleigh meeting and push for more funding for the universities. The presidents of both, and this comes to us from abc11.com. The presidents of both Raleigh's HBCUs met with the city's Economic Development and Innovation Committee to discuss how their institutions can get more city funding. Dr. Dillard of Shaw University and Dr. Burgess of St. Augustine's University met inside City Hall on Tuesday afternoon with what they believe was going to be an update on what the city had been doing for the past year to increase funding for the schools. Relationships matter. You can't just walk in cold and ask for money. Mayor Marianne Baldwin, it doesn't work that way. Dillard at one point shot back, "I'm kissing babies and I'm shaking hands and I've got relations out the wazoo." The back and forth between the presidents and the city leaders came amid Dillard and Burgess seemingly pushing for city leaders and the local businesses to business community to leverage their pocketbooks to help fund the universities. "We're in a fight for survival," commented Burgess. "Let's not kid ourselves." All right, let me say this real quick, because I just came from Raleigh, and I hate to get heavy like this right now. I'm not going to read this whole article because, quite frankly, it's triggering. Whenever I'm somewhere and there is an HBCU within an arm's length to me, I'm going to it. There's just no way around it. So when I went to work the election in Raleigh last month, and I knew that I was going to be a stone's throw away, literally, like my office was right down the street from St. Augustine's and Shaw. I said, there's no way I'm not going to get over there to see those schools. Had never been. Had heard all these things about them for years. And with Shaw, I knew Shaw was right downtown. I didn't realize how small Shaw was. But I'm riding around, I'm like, okay. And I'm thinking, look, hey man, I told y'all before, I grew up an AUC kid. So always being able to go and visit Atlanta, going to the AUC, just going and being on the yard at Clark Atlanta, or back in the day at that time, especially at Morris Brown. Morehouse and Spelman was cool. Yeah, it was cool. But for me, and even when I was living in Alabama, after I got out of college, you just go hang out on the yard at Bama State, it's going to be live. You just go hang out on the yard at Tuskegee, it's something going on, right? Obviously, people in class, things like that. But the campus there's life to the campus. That's the best way to say it. Because I don't want people to think these are just, he just out here partying. No, that's not what I'm saying. There's life to the campus. Same thing when I was living in Birmingham, going to Miles. It was the same thing. That wasn't the case. And I also recognize and understand that Shaw, a little bit more toned down, private. It was low key, but it was still one of those situations where it was like, man, this is not really anything going on the campus. And then when I got to St. Augustine's, my gosh, I text a friend of mine who is an alum of St. Augustine's. He was immediately pissed. This is not good, y'all. This is not good. As a matter of fact, I think this may be worse than the situation at Birmingham Southern, especially for St. Augustine's. The reality is this. When we say our schools are in crisis, that's exactly what we mean. Our schools are in crisis. And let me also say this, because the people in the city, and to that mayor who said, oh, you can't just get relationships matter. Come on. We know what this is. We know what this is. Raleigh wants those campuses. They are gentrifying the area around St. Augustine's, and they want Shaw. They have no interest in helping. So I'm going to put out a rally cry to everybody here. St. Augustine and Shaw went to the city of Raleigh to ask for funding. And they really try to chump them off because we know it's BS, because they want the campuses. They want them to close. I'm begging y'all. I'm really begging y'all. I know I do my big spiel at the end talking about support Black media. Don't Venmo me a dime. Don't Apple Pay or Zelle or anything like that. If whatever you were going to do, if you were going to do it, and I appreciate you if you were going to do it, please, I'm begging you, take that, double it, and send it to St. Augustine's and Shaw. They're trying. They changed the leadership at St. Augustine's. They're trying. Shaw is trying. This city don't care about them. They want them gone. They would rather expand North Carolina State, if we're being honest. They don't want them there. Don't let them win on this, please. So I'm begging y'all. I'm serious here. I'm absolutely serious. $10, $20, $30, $100, $200, $300, whatever you can. Please send it to those schools because they absolutely need it. I hate to get heavy on this, but again, I'm seeing this in real time. It just kind of is what it is. This is the state of affairs where we are. We're going to take another commercial break. We're going to be back with my favorite part of the show, which is Fam Topics, the questions and comments that you, the viewer, have generated. It's in the quad with Nick Eden.
When I push, I feel good. When I push, I feel good. When I push. You better move. I feel good. When I pull, I feel good. When I push. When I push, I feel good. When I pull, I feel good. When I push. When I push. When I push, I feel good. When I pull, I feel good.
This is not just delivery. This is knowing even superheroes can use a sidekick. Walgreens.
From now on, it's all about us. Starting a family, buying a car, our first home.
They told you to open an account, then turned you away. They said, come back when you're ready. You said, we're ready now.
I know we're going to make it.
Hope makes it happen. Thousands of your neighbors, many who never had a bank account before, improved their lives with Hope Credit Union. You can too. Brighter futures begin with hope.
Is that your new Nissan Rogue?
Yeah, crazy story. So this morning, I'm at the Nissan Thrill of Summer sales event, taking a test drive. When Dave, the sales guy, is like, you're gonna love this. He shows me the best-in-class fuel economy and lets me know it's recommended by Consumer Reports. When Dave says, these cars are going fast, I knew I had to have that Rogue.
Nissan offers 6 vehicles starting under $30,000, like Rogue, with 2.9% financing for 60 months.
Amazon Fall Favorites are here. Save on fashion, home, beauty, and more. Shop Amazon Fall Favorites now.
Welcome back to In the Quad with Nick Eden. Y'all, we are at the part of the show that, you know what? I think this is as good a time as any. Y'all know I've been feeling myself lately. It's amazing when you finally get some time. The things that you can do. It's amazing. The things that you're able to do. And when you finally get that time, you can hit it with something like, bam! So look, y'all, we are at the part of the show, which is my absolute favorite, which is our fam topics. I want your fam topics. Talk to him, Uncle Sam. That's Uncle Samson. That ain't no... That ain't Uncle Sam. That's Uncle Samson. That's Uncle Lemuel. You know what's crazy? The AI used my face as a reference for that. I'm like, is that what y'all think I'm gonna look like when I get old? I look like I got a whole whiskey brand out here in these streets. But so yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh, real quick, shout out to my folks at Mississippi Votes, man. They're still out doing their thing right now. So shout out to them. Oh man, this Uncle Samson say I want your fam topics. And our fam topics are the questions and comments that you, the viewer, have submitted to In the Quad with Nick Eden. Now, if you would like your topics to be on fam topics, it's real simple. Go right over there at Nick Eden on Twitter, at Nick Eden on Instagram. Click the link tree in the bio and submit your question. If it is appropriate, I will absolutely read it. If it's not, nothing doing. Okay. I'm gonna be looking at that all day, like Uncle Samson, boy, Uncle Samson. So let's get into our first fam topic. Do you think it's important for HBCU leadership to be from the culture? So here's the thing. I'm torn on this. There's a part of me that says yes. There's a part of me that says no. I think you need both to balance. I think that it is important to have someone who respects the culture. Maybe they're not necessarily of the culture, because let's be real about it. We got some folks that are from HBCU culture and they're not like us. They don't have respect for it the same way. I mean, think about it. Mark Robinson pretty much grew up around North Carolina A&T and attended A&T for a while. So by all definitions, he's from the culture. Would you want him running that school? So, but I do think that because of how we've had to do and had to adjust, that it is important to have somebody who knows that and knows how to navigate like that. But I do also think that as we've entered this kind of new realm of things and we have to expand and step it up significantly, I do think that it is sometimes a good thing to see something from an outside perspective. Now, I say that as, and I'll just be transparent on this. I'll be transparent on this. I love what Dr. Ross is doing. Dr. Ross is born and bred ASU, 3-time ASU graduate. From the culture, loves the school. I love what he's doing. But I do think that when it comes to things like pressing the gas on our ASU Global Campus, I think that sometimes you need somebody that is from outside the purview that can come in and say, hey, we really need to do this. We need to do this or do that. Right. So, and again, that's just one example of it. Yes, being from the culture and other culture is important, but I think if you don't have the vision that goes along with that to expand and bring us to heights that we've never seen before, then I think that we can sometimes stifle ourselves into just being the quote unquote HBCU way, which is great and it's allowed us to survive. But now we're trying to get at a point where we are thriving. And I'm telling y'all, the future is our online offerings. And we're going to need more people, whether you're of the culture or not, that come in and see it with that vision that can take us there. So that's my thoughts on that. All right. Think we'll ever get an HBCU playoff system between D1 and D2? No, I don't. If I'm not mistaken, I thought that there were some rules surrounding that did not allow that to happen. But even if there were no rules, I think what you would get is eventually it's going to get sewn up by D1 schools. Like, let's say if you take Jackson State, FAMU, Alabama State, Alcorn, and then North Carolina. Well, let's just take top two from each one. And I'm spitballing from the last time I saw the rankings, but let's say it's Jackson State, Alabama State, North Carolina Central, South Carolina State, Johnson C. Smith, Winston-Salem State, Miles College, Clark Atlanta. Y'all, eventually it's going to come down to, it's going to be the Celebration Bowl or the MEAC SWAC Challenge. If we're being honest. If people are like, oh, well, such and such beat. All right, that's cool. That ain't what we're talking about. We're talking about a situation where if we're talking about the top ranked in each conference, best of the best in each conference. As much as I love Johnson C. Smith, as much as I love my Blark Atlanta Pyru Panthers, as much as I love Winston-Salem State, can you really sit here and say with confidence that you put Johnson C. Smith across the field from South Carolina State or North Carolina Central and Johnson C. Smith is going to come out the victor? Are you really going to tell me that if you put we saw it earlier this year, and yes, Miles is a different Miles now, but we saw it earlier this year. You put Miles up against Alabama State, and it was 24-3. You think if you put Clark Atlanta as it stands right now against Jackson State or FAMU, that is this is going to end up being it's going to end up being a showcase for D1, which I don't think is fair to the D2 schools. So that just kind of is what it is. So I would much rather us spend this time focusing on building out a playoff system for Division I HBCUs and a playoff system for Division II HBCUs. What's that going to look like? I don't know in terms of time, scheduling, things of that nature. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know if it's something that just carries us into the spring, and I don't know, can we even really afford to do that right now? But I say before we do that, we start mixing D1 and D2. Let's master the systems that we got now and make them effective to where everybody's getting the maximum effort out of it. All right, let's go. Are you going to be at the Celebration Bowl? Yes, I will be at the Celebration Bowl. I'll most definitely be at the Celebration Bowl, regardless of who is in the game. I keep telling y'all, mainly because I'm also covering the ESPN Band of the Year, which I got some thoughts on that I'm going to talk about this week on ESPN Band of the Year, because somebody submitted a fam topic that I wanted to put in today's show. It just wasn't enough time. But yes, I will be there. I keep telling people y'all should be looking at this like a second homecoming. This should be the time where your HBCU family gets together and and does their thing. I went to the Celebration Bowl last year, and I definitely wasn't the only Hornet there, but there was more than just Howard and FAMU there. There were people from Central, there were people from A&T, there were people from Jackson State, A&M. We had a great time, just kind of hanging out and talking mess and all those good things. So that's what I think would be the best course of action. I think if you want to have a good time, go to Celebration Bowl. I think you'll absolutely enjoy yourself. All right. So, y'all, we've got 2, and I mean 2 more fam topics to talk about and my final thoughts. So we're going to take a quick commercial break. We will be right back in the Quad with Nick Eden.
From now on, it's all about us. Starting a family, buying a car, our first home.
They told you to open an account, then turned you away. They said, come back when you're ready. You said, we're ready now.
I know we're going to make it.
Hope makes it happen. Thousands of your neighbors, many who never had a bank account before, improved their lives with Hope Credit Union. You can too. Brighter futures begin with Hope.
When I push, I feel good. When I push, I feel good. When I push. You better move. I feel good. When I pull, I feel good. When I push. When I push, I feel good. When I pull, I feel good. When I push. When I push. When I push, I feel good. When I pull, I feel good.
This is not just delivery. This is knowing even superheroes can use a sidekick. Walgreens.
Amazon fall favorites are here. Save on fashion, home, beauty, and more. Shop Amazon fall favorites now.
Hey, sweet new gear. It's like Best Buy hooked you guys up.
Pretty sick, right?
What is that?
That's our traveling trophy. Oh, that's what's up, man.
Ah, a goat for the goats. Fits these pro-level setups.
Last year's trophy.
Not a goat.
Nope.
What if you could get all the latest and greatest gaming gear from one place?
All right, y'all, welcome back to In the Quad with Nick Eden. We are in the second part of the show, my favorite part of the show, which is our fam topics. Uncle Samson and me, we're rocking and rolling. And let's get into our next fam topic. Man, y'all are ruthless with the Magic City Class beef. All right, listen. So I talked about this earlier, right? And as much smack as I talk, I really want to shout out the media team over at Alabama A&M. Those skits were hilarious. Now, I think what they did was they said, okay, Bama State been hitting us with these songs very early on. We've done skits before, but the songs is really what kind of like caught on when it came to the beef. So I think it was just a situation where they caught us slipping. They caught us slipping for real. They really did. And I thought it was great. I thought the energy was great on it. I retweeted it, you know. But so y'all won the social media war this year. I'll give you that. We won the game. We won the band battle. And we even won the fight. Now, let me say this real quick. There was a couple moments in this that I was like, okay, this is serious. But I've seen it be serious before. So for those of us who are old school, Hornets, old school, Bulldogs, we know when the mascot fight has actually gotten serious. So I wasn't sure. But I'm going to let y'all be the judge.
It's a loss of 1 yard, second down and 11. Ryan Morrow on the carry. Amen Scarborough on the stop. After a loss of 3, it's third down.
Hey, man. Stinger put that boy in a rear naked choke. Yo, so they were throwing their hands, and I was like, okay. It seemed like, all right, for a second, it's like, man, Bush kind of getting the better of him. Stinger said, oh, okay, no, hold on, fam. He wrapped that dude up like Samoa Joe. Oh my gosh. I don't think it was. I think it probably was a couple times. It was definitely, staged and everything. But I think it was a couple times. Dude was like, hey, man, hey. Yeah. So yeah. Shout out to A&M. But yeah, that Madison City Classic beat is real. And our last fam topic. At this point, it's got to be JSU in the Celebration Bowl, right? I don't know. It's wide open. It's wide open. We'll see when JSU has 2 games to sew. Well, 3 games to sew up before they're in the Celebration Bowl. They got to sew up Alcorn. They got to sew up Alabama State, and then they got to sew up whoever is the SWAC West champion. If they, given their schedule outside of Alcorn and Alabama State, I'm not saying that it's easy for them the rest of the way, but it's very favorable for them. But then, the West is so crazy. And I'm starting to like how crazy the West is because, but depending on how that goes, we could very well see them there. The question is who they're going to be facing. Is it going to be Central or is it going to be South Carolina State? We'll find that out this weekend. So, y'all, we're going to take our last commercial break. And then I will be back with my final thoughts. It's in the Quad with Nick Eden.
Technology lets you monitor your pet when you're not at home. But to monitor threats to your hybrid workforce wherever they are, you need more than technology. You need CDW, who gets to know your business and can design and deploy custom solutions with pre-configured HP notebooks with HP Wolf Security. AI-enabled threat detection and remote management protect your endpoints 24/7, giving your defenses some real teeth.
Bummer.
HP makes always-on remote security possible. CDW makes it powerful.
Whether you call her Granny, Nana, my dear, she knows a treat makes any meal special. So come to McDonald's and treat yourself to the Grandma McFlurry today. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Time to call a credit repair company to fix my credit. Hold the phone, man. You can do it yourself with Credit Versio. That's way too hard. Call the credit repair company. Most credit repair companies only work on 1 or 2 accounts at a time, making it slow and expensive. You won't figure that out for months. Ignore him. Credit Versio's brilliant software scans all 3 credit bureaus, finds the accounts that are hurting your score, and guides you through the entire process. Anyone can do it. Let's fast forward and see the results. Wow, I fixed my own credit and saved hundreds. You can do this. Visit creditversio.com.
Amazon fall favorites are here. Save on fashion, home, beauty, and more. Shop Amazon fall favorites now.
When I push, I feel good. When I push, I feel good. When I push. Feel better, I feel good. When I pull, I feel good. When I push. When I push, I feel good. When I pull, I feel good. When I push. When I push. good. When I pull, I feel good.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to In the Quad with Nick Eden. Final thoughts. It's real simple, y'all. Stay safe. Stay safe. We've had some more incidents dealing with homecoming. Please stay safe. Keep your family safe. Please stay safe when it comes to this election. There is a lot going on with this election again. Please be safe. It's one of the reasons I didn't drop a calendar this week, because quite literally I was trying to keep some of my folks from going to jail. When the people who, well, that's a whole nother thing. I'm not gonna mix work and work because there's work too. Guys, I'm debating. I want your opinion on it. We have the opportunity for In the Quad to now start off the lunch hour and it be 12 noon instead of 1 Eastern being 12 Eastern. Y'all let me know. Just to give you a heads up, I have some other stuff in development, some possible other shows that I'm looking at doing. Ironically enough, things that were going to be a part of this show, but looks like they're going to be their own standalone thing. There's going to be some more stuff coming to the HBCU Plus YouTube channel as we grow that. There are going to be some things that are exclusive to the HBCU Plus YouTube channel. Let me just go ahead and say that real quick. So while I'm saying that, I can't believe I didn't put this joint up at any of this time. Y'all, download the HBCU Plus app. We're growing. Get your merch.ne.com. And today, I'm telling y'all, and all this week, I'm not even telling y'all how to support the show in that. What I'm telling you to do is, I'm telling you to take that money. If you were going to give any money to me, I appreciate it, but I'd rather you take that money and send it to St. Augustine and Shaw University. And let's support our HBCU brothers and sisters and non-gender conforming individuals there. And I will see you all same time, same place. Take care.